Hello, I'm Pops, and welcome to my autumn Let's Play world. This autumn, I'm challenging myself to create the perfect fall vibes world in time for Halloween, filled with beautiful seasonal views, medieval style builds, and the occasional spooky addition. In last week's episode, we began building the Halloween town. In today's episode, we're going to be continuing our builds and making our way along the path towards a spooky dark oak forest. So, let's begin the playthrough. Hello and welcome to today's episode of my Halloween Autumn Let's Play series. Here's a quick recap of all the things that we built in episode number 2. We did some amazing progress and I don't think I can match it in this episode, but we're going to try our hardest. We have the main portion of this little Halloween town done, all of the main structures completed, but we do need to work towards the remainder of the path leading to that spooky dark oak forest, and eventually start building some of the more mystical builds I have in mind. As we approach this way, we can see we have quite a lot of tall buildings just to add in some extra depth and detail and a little bit of height variation. But as soon as we reach this area of the path, we have a lot of hills and a lot of plateaus. In the last episode, I marked out this spot where I think I'd like another really tall witch's tower to go. But I am pretty open and yeah, I've got all of this space to fill and loads of ideas of different things that we can make. You might be able to see the path over here looks very lovely and detailed, but as we approach this side of the hill, it just goes into the regular path block. So I do have quite a bit of work on my hands today, but I'm sure we'll be able to complete it all in no time. What I would love to do, I'd love to be able to develop the city all the way up to the top of this mountain and start to work my way down into this little birch forest over here. As long as I can get the pathway complete up to the edge of this dark oak forest, I'll be happy. Also, I just noticed we have a gorgeous cherry grove over there in the distance. That is so cute. Maybe when it comes to springtime, we can develop this world a little bit more and turn it into a seasonal landscape. Could you imagine? We have made some amazing progress in this world already. I've added a variety of builds, including some using my classic spruce and also using some dark oak just to add some variation in texture, color depth, and also height. We've got something nice to look at as we walk on here. I also did a couple custom large oak trees, as you can see here. They will obstruct some of our vision, but the main purpose is to guide us along the path and make sure that our line of sight feels full. I do have a few large open spaces like this grass patch over here and around the corner past this large oak tree. And my thoughts are I can fill these with fields, maybe some more pumpkin farms and spooky scarecrows. I think over here I'm going to work with a wheat field. So I'm going to grab my wheat seeds and a hoe and some water. And once I've done the majority of the crop placement, we'll then get to work on some spooky scarecrows. The resource pack I'm using for my crops at the moment is called These Fancy Crops, and I love it so much. I actually did a video on it a while back on my TikTok. One of the most prominent features is that it changes how tall the wheat model looks. So wheat can look quite tall. It's a great feature, especially if you're wanting to create some large fields. Okay, now we have the bone meal. Let's slowly start growing some of these crops. I'm also going to be adding in a few runaway crops here and there, as if the wheat field has spread a little bit more than it should have. So I'm just going to dot around a couple of these wheat seeds here and there around a few hidden water sources. We are continuing to make great progress in this world, and I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I adore the look of this wheat field over here and the custom pumpkin designs we've done here too. I actually used a little bit of redstone to make the light flicker, so hopefully in lower light it'll actually look like there are real candles burning inside of this jack-o'-lantern. But this area I am struggling a little bit. All of the pathway that we've worked on in today's episode and last week's episode has been pretty flat. This is the first time in this world I'm actually working with an incline. And the usual ways I add a bit of variation is by adding in these little fence posts, but they don't really register against the brown of the grass block and the dirt. So I'm trying to experiment with different ways of adding in barriers and more visual interest. I'm working on adding in some of these oak trees. I really like these large oak tree designs and a few of the smaller ones over there, but we're going to experiment by adding in a few more things, maybe some more grass and ferns just here and there. Again, add some more visual interest and distract the eye as we go on up. But yeah, come with me and enjoy the ride while we figure this one out. I am so happy with how this world has turned out, and I can't believe how much of an autumnal and atmospheric world we've created. The resource packs that I've been using have really helped out, most notably Autumn Pack, which I use in every single episode. And it's how I've got these custom carved pumpkins and the beautiful orange, red, and golden leaves on all of the trees. As we walk on through, we can slowly start to see a lot of the height variations that I've added in with some of the builds, and I'm so glad that I decided to work with a slightly different color palette and use some dark oak wood. It really helps make the builds stand out. One thing for sure is that this Minecraft world definitely showcases my progression as a builder, and I can't wait to slowly add in more spooky Halloween themed builds. We even have a little bit of Pops Redstone here, which we haven't seen on air in ages. I'm very happy with the way that this path turned out, using short grass and tall grass to guide the eye along the way, as well as all of these different custom trees. Now, as we make our way around this corner, we are approaching the birch forest at the bottom of this hill. You can see I've marked out in concrete where I'd like to add a few more custom builds. I'm thinking something a little bit run down, haunted house-like. And as we approach this dark oak forest, I'm thinking we should maybe add in a gothic cemetery entrance. Don't you think that would be cool, having the big ornate gateway? That concludes episode 3 of my Autumn Let's Play series. Thank you to everyone that stayed and watched until the end. On Halloween, I will be releasing a world tour and a world download so you can play in this world for yourself. In the meantime, if you'd like to see more from me, follow me on TikTok and also follow me on Twitch, where you can catch my live streams on both platforms. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss the next upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.